Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Frankly Speaking with Vibhuti Jha. This is the first program of my career or my life on television. So I seek your blessed support, and I wish you are all doing well in the auspicious occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi. It's by a divine intervention. This program coincides with two events very important in our lives. As a Hindu, as an Indian, Ganesh Chaturthi is going on, and it was preceded by Krishna Janmashtami. Krishna Bhagavan has given us Bhagavad-Gita, and it occurred to me that at this point in time, why don't we talk about Bhagavad-Gita, which is such an important text for our life, in our lives. So beginning that part of it is very important. Let's talk about Bhagavad-Gita. What is its relevance in the current world that is so much entangled into varieties of challenges that the world faces? What does Bhagavad-Gita teach us, given the fact that it was at the peak or just before the start of the war, Mahabharata war? To discuss all these things, I have the privilege of having two very powerful panelists here, guests here. One is Mr. Rakesh Bhargava. I would be very surprised if anybody doesn't know him in the Indian community. Rakesh Bhargava is a former colleague of mine from American Express days. He's an IT genius, does a lot of social work, and he is a pioneer and leader in Guru Bhagwanand's efforts to establish world peace. Alongside Rakeshji, I have Dr. Bhavani Srinivasan. Welcome, Bhavani ji.
Namaste.
And Dr. Bhavani Srinivasan is another celebrated celebrity in the Indian community, a very famous doctor, very proud mother of two very successful children, and her husband is also a doctor in the United States. So very successful family, devoted, and I have great pleasure in welcoming her as well, so that we can talk about these issues going forward. So let me begin with requesting Rakeshji. Rakeshji, please do share with us that we all know about Bhagavad-Gita. One of the wonderful things about all Hindus is that we supposedly know everything. We have heard about everything. Tell us your experience of what is your impression of this great book in our lives and how it has impacted you personally and you collectively.
Vibhuti ji, first of all, thank you for hosting me, and Bhavani ji, it's a pleasure to be in such a distinguished company of both of you, and also wish you great success in this endeavor. I think the effort that you're putting forward will bring you great success and good results.
Thank you.
As a community, I think we need to recognize the importance of Bhagavad-Gita in our life, and not only in our life, but our children and our grandchildren's lives. And I'll give you a very simple example. जैसे हम किसी बड़े अच्छे हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों
चलेगा
अच्छा देखिए, जैसे हम किसी अच्छे वन में गए या उपवन में गए और बहुत अच्छी सुगंध वहाँ आ रही है, हमें फूल नहीं दिखता है लेकिन उसकी खुशबू हम तक पहुँच जाती है। भगवद गीता और हमारा जो हिंदू धर्म है उसकी खुशबू हमारे वातावरण में जब हम बड़े हो रहे थे तब ऐसी ही थी। भले वो मंदिर हो या किसी गुरु की शिक्षा हो या किसी साधु या संत का उनका जो उपदेश हो, या जनरली आपके पेरेंट्स या आपके जो रिलेटिव्स या आपके रिश्तेदार जो आपको बोलते थे, छोटी छोटी सी चीज़ें जैसे अपना कर्म करो फल की चिंता मत करो, इस एक सेंटेंस पे आप मतलब 7-8 दिन तक तो आराम से सुबह शाम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं। एक ही सेंटेंस पे, कर्म करो फल की चिंता मत करो। ऐसे ही कितने ही गीता में उपदेश हैं। उसमें सबसे बड़ी बात गीता की जो मुझे अच्छी लगती है कि कृष्ण भगवान होते हैं, अर्जुन को पता होता है, लेकिन वो जब वो युद्ध के मैदान में खड़ा है तो वो कृष्ण पे शक करता है, संशय करता है, और कृष्ण उसकी बात को बड़े ध्यान से सुनते हैं, एक एक शब्द को सुनते हैं। सुनते ही इस भाव से नहीं है कि मुझे इसका उत्तर देना है, सुनते इस भाव से कि मैं उसको समझूं। देखिए कितने मैनेजमेंट के लेसन हैं। कृष्ण इज़ ए गुड लिसनर, कृष्ण इज़ ए गुड कम्युनिकेटर, कृष्ण इज़ पेशेंट विद द स्टूडेंट। आज के ज़माने में हम देखते हैं कि हम कितना समय बच्चों को सुनने में या अपने जिनको हम पढ़ाते हैं या जिनके साथ काम करते हैं उनको सुनने में लगाते हैं। अभी तो स्मार्टफोन आ गए हैं तो हम तो टोटली इंगेज हो गए हैं सारे टाइम। पर कितना ये भगवान की शिक्षा है कि आप जो भी काम करें पूर्ण लिप्त होकर करें, फल की चिंता ना करें, फल आप मेरे पे छोड़ दें। वो आपसे ज़्यादा जानता है, वो आपको ज़्यादा दे सकता है। तो ये जो वातावरण हमारे, जब मैं पैदा हुआ था, जब मैं बड़ा हुआ था, और भवानी जी और विभूति जी आपको भी ये इसी तरह का कुछ अनुभव हुआ होगा, तो ये ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे कोई डिग्री मिली है गीता में, या ये रोम रोम में समाया हुआ है।
That's so beautifully said, Rakesh ji, and that's so very fascinating to hear. Here is another interesting part. जैसे आपने कहा कि फल की चिंता मत करो, काम करो पूरे निष्ठा के साथ. Is there a possibility that that part of the exercise makes us fatalistic?
देखिए, कृष्ण भी गीता में कहते हैं कि मुझे भी कर्म करना है, मुझे भी मेरे, देखिए कृष्ण पे एक बार लांछन लगा था, तो वो लांछन था, उन्होंने कोई मणि चुराया था, तो कृष्ण भगवान को जाके लड़ना पड़ा, वो मणि लाना पड़ा जिस राजा के पास वो मणि था, और उसके असली मालिक को उसको वापस देना पड़ा। जब भगवान भी मनुष्य रूप में लांछन के या मतलब भागीदार हो सकते हैं, तो मैं और आप कौन चीज़ हैं? तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि हाँ, कर्म करें। अच्छा, दूसरा विभूति जी, मैं अपनी खुद का एक्सपीरियंस बनाता हूँ। अगर मैं किसी ग्रीड से, किसी नीड से, किसी डिज़ायर से, अगर मैं इच्छा से या परिणाम की इच्छा से मैं काम करता हूं, तो उस इच्छा का परिणाम मुझे भोगना पड़ता है।
That's right.
उसके बजाय हम क्या करें कि हम फल की चिंता भगवान पे छोड़ दें। He knows better than us.
That's right.
इसमें एक छोटी सी कहानी जो हमारे गुरुजी ने सुनाई थी।
I'll come back to
Sure.
that. Let's talk to Dr. Srinivasan here. Share with me your impressions that these are all man-made books, man-written books. They all talk about everything else. How do you find as a woman, women have a very special place in Hindu philosophy. This is the only way of life in which women have the status of a goddess. How do you relate yourself, and you are Bhavani, so how do you relate yourself in the context of Bhagavad-Gita and its relevance? What have you felt about it?
So, good morning to our viewers, and first of all I want to congratulate Vibhuti on this new undertaking, and it comes as he says at a very auspicious time. We just had Sri Krishna Janmashtami. We are going through Ganesh Puja, the 10 days of celebrations of Ganesh Chaturthi, so this is a very auspicious time to have started this new venture. Talking about the Bhagavad-Gita and talking about Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma, I should say that Hinduism is the only religion which has no known founder. So this is something that I want to, elucidate to our leaders. No known founder. And where did we get this treatise? The rishis brought down the word of God in the form of Upanishads and the Vedas. And among the Upanishads, which is a treasure trove, there is this gem called the Bhagavad-Gita. And Gita means song, and Bhagavat, of course, refers to God. So it is the song of God. And how does it relate to mankind? It is like a blueprint, for how mankind should conduct and should behave himself or herself. This applies to men and women across the board, because this is it brings into play all the emotions and all the paths and virtues and so on that mankind is faced with. And what is it? Hinduism believes that there's one supreme being, creator. Everything has emerged from that one supreme being, and at the end will dissolve back into the one supreme being. And this is called, some people call him God, and some people in Star Wars, they call it the Force,
Right.
So may the Force be with you. So, and may the Force be with our audience as well. And what does the Bhagavad Gita say? Where people say there are 18 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, how on earth did Sri Krishna manage to convey all these 18 verses to Arjuna just before the Mahabharata war? But the actual matter of the fact is that apparently Sri Krishna did it in the blink of an eye to Arjuna. And that is the amazing thing. And what does it touch on? It touches upon emotions like Artha, Kama, Dharma, And what is artha? Artha is material
Economic.
possessions. And some of our viewers may feel that it's wrong to have material possessions, but there's nothing like that. The Vedas don't say that it's wrong, and neither does the Bhagavad Gita. If you want to go to Macy's and buy that dress, go for it. So, because it's not wrong to be aspiring to material possessions, as long as it does not hurt anyone. And the next thing is kama, and kama denotes sensual pleasures, again, which is not wrong, because that is a natural urge on the part of all species, because that is how they propagate. So, but everything has defined limits, Need is need. The American Indian would say, who take from the land only what you need.
Exactly.
So, if you keep everything in context, if you keep everything in moderation, so that need does not become greed. Yeah. So you want to keep everything in moderation and in perspective. If you have the artha in proper sequence and the kama in proper sequence, that leads to dharma. And what is dharma? Dharma is the right thing to do. It's a very simplified sentence, the right thing to do. And what is dharma for one person may be different for another. I'm a physician, and my surgical colleagues, normally it's not the right thing to do to cut anybody, but my surgical colleague has to do that in order to either save a person's life or to cure their cancerous growth or whatever the situation is at that time. So that is his dharma. That is the surgeon's dharma, to cut and to cure. And as a physician, we sometimes have to give various medications, or we have to do various procedures, which may be, which the patient might find not so palatable.
That's right. That's right.
But then that's also that's my dharma.
Absolutely.
That is my dharma. So it's a code of conduct, and and what you do is you do your duty without thought of reward. That is the game plan. So you are, you don't know what the insight is. You don't control anything. Are you controlling what happens in your day-to-day life? Are you controlling the people around you? No, So you do whatever you can to do the best for your fellow being, and everything will take care of itself. To young people, what I do say is, for example, and you get to do it, that brings us to the...
We will return to the young people a little later.
All right.
At this point in time, I also want to suggest one more thing, and that's my own experience. These two people shared their part of it. Let me share with you my impressions of Bhagavad-Gita, which came to me in that moment of, despondency, defeat, you can say, that where I had lost track, and I kind of surrendered myself. What is going to happen to me? And I was speaking with my mentor at that point in time, and I said to him, that's my situation right now. And he immediately said, Parth, and he said, Vibhuti, you cannot surrender yourself to this kind of a situation. Go and read chapter 2, shlok number 3, and find meaning for your own life there. So this is a personal experience. This happened 20 years ago. And I'm happy to share that shlok with you, which says, Klevyam ma smagamaha, Parth netatvu papatyate, Shudram hridaya dorbalyam, Tyaktitothist parantapa. He said, do not take, Krishna is telling Arjun when he was talking to him and asking him, how can I kill and fight with the gurus and all the elders, because they are going to kill me too. So he was giving excuses and justifications for his inaction. And thereby he was disabling himself to attend to the duties of the war. And that's the time when Krishna told him, do not take to importance. It does not behave you, Parth. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of enemy. Now that's the important part. We all come across in our lives moment of despondency, despair. Here was a lesson for me. This has become my mool mantra, that any time I feel despondent, defeated, ye kya ho raha hai, ab kya hoga next, I go back and read this and I say, here is a sense of responsibility that I owe it to myself. And that's the element of responsibility that I learned from Bhagavad Gita. Talking about that, the other element that I want to touch upon is that we are readers of this, we have seen Krishna talking about leadership, action, Karma Yoga, there Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, all the yogas are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, which is now a global phenomenon. Acceptance of yoga has become a global phenomenon. Yoga is not only physical exercise, yoga is also a lot of mental exercise as well. Keeping that into account, Rakeshji, what would you like to talk about leadership lessons that Krishna gave to Arjun and that is relevant today?
Well, when you look at the leadership part
And say it in 2 minutes.
I'll say it in 90 seconds. Leadership, and देखिए वो अपने यहाँ गुरु गोविंद सिंह की एक बैटल थी, उसमें आपको पता होगा कि 1 से 1.25 लाख लड़ाऊँ, वो ट्रू है, दैट्स ए ट्रू स्टोरी. हाँ, तो वैसे कृष्णा ने 1.5 मिलियन मतलब 15 लाख की आर्मी को 25 लाख की आर्मी से लड़ाया, और एक ही सेनापति सारे टाइम लगा रहा इनका, उनके 5 सेनापति आए और चले गए और मर गए, और इन्होंने उस 25 लाख की आर्मी को कृष्णा जी ने एज ए स्ट्रेटेजिस्ट डिफीट कराया. एक सेनापति, एक कमांडर इन चीफ, दैट्स इट. सो पॉइंट इज दैट व्हेन यू हैव स्ट्रेटेजी, यू हैव प्लान, you have leadership, 10 people can defeat 100 people army. That's the reality.
Yeah, excellent. The leadership part of it, which I will share with you as having worked in that domain, is something that we define leadership as somebody who, it is all about a defined and distinguished capacity for action. And that's what I saw in Bhagavad Gita, that how Krishna defined and distinguished and introduced the capacity for action in Arjun is a very powerful thing. And that's another part of it which is so important for the role that leadership has to play in politics, in economics, in technology, or wherever field. So shifting gears a little bit about the knowledge part of it, we Hindus have been, not boxed in. As you very rightly said, there is no known entity that has defined us. No known founder. So the knowledge, Hindus have been known as a knowledge seekers. We are always seeking knowledge. How do you think that Bhagavad Gita teaches us to step into the world of acquiring knowledge, learning more about yourself in various manifestations of work?
In various manifestations?
Manifestations that Bhagavad Gita shows
Okay.
us. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for this, Bhagavad Gita talks about yoga, and yoga, we have 3 disciplines of yoga, as a matter of fact. Raja Yoga, which requires a lot of discipline as well as a lot of physical strength. And then you've got Jnana Yoga, which goes down the path of knowledge. So these folks are truth seekers, and truth is always the truth. For example, if and that's doesn't depend on time or circumstance or anything. If I say something is a gold necklace, whether I say that it's so today or whether I say it 10 years from now, it's going to stay a gold necklace. So in other words, it teaches us the permanence of truth. And then you also have Bhakta Yoga, and those folks are faith based, and that is the way they attain their salvation.
There is another element of karma, which is very important lesson in Bhagavad Gita. Karma is not what goes around comes around. Karma is not what is known as a part of a music group. Karma is more. Would you like to comment on that part, Rakesh?
देखिए, जो कर्म है, वो कर्म की जो पोटली या कर्म का जो बंधन है, वो जन्म जन्मांतर से हमारे साथ चलते हैं, और जब तक हम उनको पूरा न करें वो होते नहीं. एक छोटा सा किस्सा याद आता है. जब भीष्म 10वें दिन शरशैया पे पड़े थे तो कृष्ण उनसे मिलने गए, तो बोले, कृष्ण, मैंने 100 जन्म देख लिए हैं, लेकिन मुझे कोई ऐसा जन्म नजर नहीं आता जिसमें मैं इस पाप का भागीदार बनाऊं. तो कृष्ण ने उनको याद दिलाया, जब आप राजा थे 108 जन्म पहले, और आप एक बार जंगल में से जा रहे थे, तो एक सांप आपके घोड़े के सामने आ गया, तो आपने घोड़ा रोक करके उसको भाले से उठा के फेंका साइड में, वो कांटों की झाड़ी में गिरा. 108 जन्म के बाद भीष्म को उस कर्म का फल भुगतना पड़ा.
That's brilliant. Your impressions of the famous word karma, which the American television and American artists use every single time without understanding the true meaning of the word. How do we help that?
Well, for one thing, karma, there is lot of folks don't realize that there is good karma as well as there is bad karma.
Yes.
So that has to be delineated, because people only think of karma in negative terms, but it can be so much more. And then that is that, you know, the fruit of whatever we have done we will reap it in one form or the other. If not in this life, you know, it can be in multiple lifetimes later, but that's going to be there. And otherwise, it's a very mathematical equation. And up there, you know, somebody's keeping count. They say it's Chandragupta who's keeping tabs, you know. So he must be a super accountant. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, you can see that how exciting this entire thing is there. So, and I would like to show you a picture that just I received in a WhatsApp communication, that Netherlands have made it compulsory for children under 5 years from 5th grade onwards to study Bhagavad Gita as part of a course curriculum. My question here is, do we Indians learn this in our schools? That's a question. We will come back to it after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now what we wanted to talk about is also the importance of Ganesh Chaturthi. And Ganesh is everything begins with Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Right, so everything is the starting point in our life. He is known as Vignaharta. He eliminates all obstacles. So he's also Gyan giver as well. So let's talk about the impressions of Ganesh. What importance does it have in our life? And how do we behold him? Why is he the way he is? And what is the relevance for the young people to understand that why the elephant god or a monkey god, why the West defines us? This is something which thought that is part of a Treta Yuga, or one of the yugas in which animals fought with humans. And that's why we protect them. So we don't discriminate between humans and animals. Bhavani, would you like to talk about that?
Well, we believe, actually I wrote an article on this in Newsday about animals and humans, and Hinduism believes that there's a divine spark in all living things. Correct. Whether they are human, whether they are animal, or whether they are plants, you know. So every single living entity is to be nurtured and to be protected. And that is one of the reasons why cows, for example, you know, are so sacred in Hinduism, because literally from the whole of the cow is useful to Hindus in particular, whether it's the milk which the cow gives, or whether, you know, even the cow dung, you know, is used as firewood by villagers. It is used, you know, as a protective paste in a lot of homes, especially those in rural areas. So, you know, that's the cow in particular. And ahimsa, see, this is a very, very important concept in Hinduism. Himsa is hurt, ahimsa is not hurting, you know. So we don't want to hurt any living entity, and ahimsa is one of the things that we practice.
Rakesh ji, Ganesh ji ka mahotsav to hota hai. You know, it is a wonderful thing in India that various parts of the country celebrate various deities in their own way. So Western India celebrates Ganesh much more with greater vigor than Eastern India does, where they do Durga Puja and Kali Puja and likewise. So गणेश जी की महत्ता की आप चर्चा करें थोड़ी।
देखिए, गणेश जी के दो चीज़ें दिमाग में आती हैं। नंबर एक कि जब ब्रह्मा जी के सामने ये प्रश्न उठा कि किस देवता की पूजा सबसे पहले होगी, तो उन्होंने कहा सब अपने अपने वाहन लें और इस ब्रह्मांड के 3 चक्कर लगाएं और यहाँ जाएं। गणेश जी उठे, उनके पास तो चूहा था, उन्होंने 3 चक्कर अपनी माँ और पिताजी के लगाए और वहीं बैठ गए। अब देखिए कितना बड़ा लेसन है कि आपकी माँ जिसने आपको जन्म दिया है वो आपकी प्रथम गुरु है, और माँ की पूजा करना सबसे बड़ा धर्म है, माँ और उसके साथ पिताजी भी। तो ये एक पहला लेसन जो गणेश जी हमें सिखाते हैं। दूसरा, एक मैं थोड़ा सा फन पार्ट, एक इन्जॉयमेंट इंट्रोड्यूस करता हूँ। मैं इंदौर से हूँ, मध्य प्रदेश में, और मुझे बड़ा गर्व है इसका, इंदौर शहर, इंदौरी होने का। तो इंदौर में 10 दिनों के बाद जब गणेश जी को हम विसर्जन करने जाते हैं, तो इंदौर में मैं जब छोटा था तब 7 कपड़े की मिल होती थी, और वो 7 मिल अपनी झांकियाँ निकालती थी। एक एक मिल की कम से कम 5-6 झांकियाँ होती थी, उनमें जनरेटर होते थे, लाइट होती थी, हजारों लोग उसमें काम करते थे, और सारी रात वो क्या समा होता था देखने का पहले। तो उससे जो इम्प्रेशन मन में पड़ता है कि अनंत 14 आ रही है, हम गणेश जी को विदा करने जाएंगे, गणपति बापा मोरिया पुरुषावर्ती लौकरिया, वो एक भावना थी वो।
with this thought, I would like to offer. He said about mother. My mother gave birth to me on Anant Chaturdashi.
Oh, wow.
So this is another reason why this moment is very important for me, and I have divine blessings. And with your good wishes, we will do more. We will achieve more success in this. Now, the point is, before we step into the next stage, what I wanted to suggest is that please write to me and share your thoughts about the program. Today we end at this point in time, and after this we will revert to the second chapter of this discussions that we are having today.